Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla and I'm a reseller. I sell on Poshmark and on eBay. I'm also known as Thrifty Mom of Two here on YouTube. I recently asked you guys over on my Instagram channel, if you follow me over there, it's also Thrifty Mom of Two. I'll link it down below. But I asked you guys if you would be interested in seeing a video of some of my favorite bread and butter brands and what the sell-through rate on those brands is in my closet. And I got a great response with the majority of you guys voting yes on this poll, so that is why I'm making this video to share with you guys. So today we're gonna go over 12 of my favorite bread and butter brands in my closet and what my sell-through rate is for each and every one of those brands. So first, let's go ahead and talk about what exactly a sell-through rate is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read the definition of sell-through rate to you guys. So a sell-through rate is a calculation commonly represented as a percentage comparing the amount of inventory a retail service receives from a supplier against what has actually sold to the customer. So on the screen here, I'll go ahead and post a formula for figuring out your sell-through rate. It is very simple. So basically what you do is you take the amount of units in that brand that you've sold and you divide it by the amount of units you've sold plus the amount of units you still have on hand of that exact brand. And that will give you your sell-through rate percentage. So as a reseller, I think this is great information to know, especially for brands that you're consistently picking up. It's really good to look at this every now and then and see really how well those brands are performing in your closet. So how I came up with these numbers for each of these brands that I'm about to list off to you is I went into my Poshmark closet, I filtered my closet by the brand I wanted to look at, and then I added up all of the items that I had available and all of the items that I had sold under that brand, put them in that little formula that I recently gave you guys, and was able to get my sell-through rate percentage. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing 12 of my favorite brands with you guys today. I'm going to start with the ones that are performing the worst in my closet, and then we're going to work our way up to the ones that are performing the best, meaning they have the highest sell-through rate in my closet. Okay, so number one is the brand Cabie. Cabie is a brand that I used to love to pick up. I picked it up all of the time. And I recently, well, I wouldn't say recently, I think over the past 5 or 6 months, I noticed that the brand wasn't selling as well for me anymore. This doesn't mean that I don't pick it up at all. However, I'm very, very selective with the pieces I do pick up from this brand. I'm looking for pieces with the newer Cabie label, which is the more square label. They used to have like a longer label. Now they have a square label that says Cabie. Those pieces are newer. And I'm also looking for more of the unique pieces or pieces that have a higher retail value, like their trench coats still sell really well for me. I've picked up 2 of those recently in the past and those sold great. But a lot of their more basic pieces I'm definitely leaving behind. So in my closet currently right now, Cabie has a 38% sell-through rate, which is not that great. That means that I have more items available sitting in my closet by this brand than I have ever actually sold in my Poshmark closet. All right, so number 2 on the list is Zara. Zara is a brand that I do love picking up and putting in my closet. I will continue to pick this brand up because I do feel like it is a very well-known brand and I do feel like it brings a lot of traffic into my closet. However, I'm only picking it up if I can get it at the right price points, and I'm trying to be very selective with the pieces I'm picking up, only picking up the pieces I feel are a little more unique and are worth a little bit more money, if that makes sense. So with Zara in my closet, currently I'm sitting at a 50% sell-through rate, which is pretty good. That just means I've sold as many pieces as I have available. And I actually sold a pair of Zara jeans this morning, so that percentage actually should be a little bit higher because I did come up with these numbers before I made that sale. Number 3 on my list is Lucky Brand. Now Lucky Brand I've stopped picking up, not completely, but I've been very picky with for a while now. Lucky Brand has never been a brand that does amazing for me, but certain pieces can. So anytime I find Lucky Brand shoes in really good condition for a great price, I will definitely pick them up. The shoes always have sold well for me. I also love picking up the heavily embroidered pieces by Lucky Brand. Those pieces tend to stand out a little bit more, and also sell well for me. Other than that, I do leave it behind quite a bit in the thrift stores. So with Lucky brand, I'm sitting at currently a 52% sell-through rate in my closet. So number 4 is actually a tie with number 3. I'm sitting at the same sell-through rate percentage, but this brand is Loft. Now, if you've seen my haul videos, you know that I pick Ann Taylor Loft, the brand, up frequently. I personally love the brand. I feel like most of the pieces are very nice quality. I feel like they can appeal to a mature audience, but I also feel like some of the pieces are trendy and can also appeal to a younger, like early 20s population as well. So I do love picking up the brand. I am very selective with it because I do see it almost every time I go thrifting, but I only get the special pieces, I guess, the pieces that I feel are just a little bit more unique and will really photograph well and stand out in my closet. So like I said, I'm currently sitting at a 52% sell-through rate with this brand as well, which to me isn't bad. That means I've sold, 1 or 2 more pieces than I have available in my closet. Next brand on the list was a tough one to come up with an accurate number. This brand is Anthropology, and why this one was a little bit difficult for me is because I don't list every Anthropology brand underneath the category Anthropology. So sometimes, I would say majority, more times than not, I do list the sub-brands underneath the brand Anthropology because I do feel like they sell better that way and I feel like they get better exposure. However, I have listed some of these sub-brands underneath their actual sub-brand. So for example, like Maeve by Anthropology, I may list it underneath the brand Maeve instead of Anthropology. I mix this up every now and then just to see if it will help with the selling of that item, to see if it'll get more exposure one way or the other. If an item isn't moving well for me, listed as Anthropology, I may change it to its sub-brand if that is a more well-known sub-brand. I play around with this quite a bit in my closet, but I wasn't about to sit through and go through every Anthropology brand I've ever sold and look at that in my closet. So I based this number just off of brands that I have listed as Anthropology and have sold under the category Anthropology. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. But with Anthropology in my closet, I'm currently sitting at a 57% sell-through rate, which I'm really happy with. I know people have mentioned that they've stopped picking up a lot of Anthropology brands, but I still get very excited when I find Anthropology in the thrift stores. Again, with like any other brand, I'm very selective with the pieces. It depends on the condition of the item, the style. Is it unique? Does it stand out? Is it good quality? All of that kind of stuff plays a factor in whether or not I'll pick it up. But when I do find a piece that fits that criteria within the Anthropology brand, I'm always very excited. All right, you guys, the next brand on my list is Eileen Fisher. This is one of my absolute favorite bread and butter brands. I love Eileen Fisher. I just think that the pieces under this brand are just always made out of really high quality materials. They're very basic, usually plain. They don't have a lot of details going on, but I think that is somewhat appealing to people who are looking for a more minimalistic style wardrobe, and I think that's what helps these type of items sell. Now, this is the brand that prompted me to originally even check some of my bread and butter brand sell-through rates, just because I had noticed that Eileen Fisher wasn't selling as well for me anymore. And then out of nowhere, I sold 2 Eileen Fisher pieces in one weekend. So it really got me thinking that, I should go through and just check the sell-through rates of some of these brands in my closet to see really how well they are performing. And this is the brand that prompted me to do that. So with Eileen Fisher, I'm currently sitting at a 60% sell-through rate. The next brand on the list is Free People. Free People is another brand that I've heard people talk about in the reseller community, that they're not picking it up as much anymore, that they're passing on a lot of Free People items. And again, I still personally get really excited when I find Free People because I personally love the brand. I love a lot of the styles and pieces. that the brand puts out. And again, I am picky with the pieces though. I do leave it behind if I don't like the condition or the style of the item. But when I do find an item that I really like within the brand, I am always happy to pick it up. And currently right now with Free People, I'm sitting at a 65% sell-through rate. Next on the list is a tie between two brands. So the first brand I want to mention is Banana Republic, which may actually come as a shock to some of you guys, but I personally love picking up Banana Republic. I feel like, again, they make some really nice high quality pieces. They have a lot of really nice career styles that people can wear to work, and they also have like a nice selection of like casual styles as well. So definitely a brand that I like picking up, and currently right now Banana Republic is sitting at a 70% sell-through rate in my closet. So the tie with that brand is probably my absolute favorite personal brand, and that is J.Crew. If you've watched some of my past haul videos, I almost always have a J.Crew piece in all of my hauls. I love picking up J.Crew. I get very excited when I find some of the newer J.Crew pieces, the higher end, Black Label J.Crew pieces, the J.Crew collection pieces, but I also do pick up some of the J.Crew factory pieces as well. And that all, again, depends on style, condition, the price point I'm able to get the item at, where I'm getting the item, am I sourcing it from the bins for a very low cost? If I'm picking it up at a regular store, is it worth paying, a little bit more for? Which I think, some of the dresses, some of the trench coats, some of those things are worth paying a little bit more for. Even some of the shoes can do pretty well. So I've just really gotten comfortable selling this brand, and it's just a brand that I think I will continue to always pick up if it performs well for me. And right now, J.Crew is sitting at a 70% sell-through rate in my closet. So the next brand on the list is one of my favorite athletic brands to pick up. I talk about this brand all the time as well, and this brand is Athleta. So currently right now with the Athleta pieces, I'm sitting at a 76% sell-through rate in my closet, which I think is great. And honestly, I actually think this brand should be a little bit higher up on my list, only because I just listed 3 new Athleta pieces in my closet a couple of days ago. So obviously those items are still available, which brings down my percentage just a little bit, but they haven't been in my closet for very long. So I really think that, this brand should just be a little bit higher up there, but regardless, it still is showing a good sell-through rate in my closet. The next brand on my list is Madewell. I, again, absolutely love Madewell. I think I say that about every brand on this list because these are all brands that I really love and enjoy picking up and selling in my closet. But right now, currently with Madewell, I'm sitting at an 81% sell-through rate. I don't find Madewell as much as I find like the J.Crew and the Loft pieces. So whenever I do find Madewell, I usually get, really excited about it. But again, I always check the style, condition, and everything of an item. I can't, stress that enough when making these videos, that I don't just pick up every piece that I find by these brands. I have, a strict guideline that I have to follow when I'm picking up these items. And so right now with Madewell, I'm sitting at an 81% sell-through rate in my closet. All right, guys, and now on to the #1 top performing bread and butter brand in my closet with the best sell-through rate, and that brand is Lululemon. So I know not everybody will consider Lululemon a bread and butter brand. I used to not consider it bread and butter because I didn't find it very often, and I hadn't sold very many Lululemon pieces, but now that I've been a reseller for a couple years, I really have sold quite a few pieces by this brand. I don't find it every time I go to the thrift store. I still get very excited when I find it, but I have, been finding it more and more frequently. So right now, Lululemon is currently sitting at an 86% sell-through rate in my closet. I have thrifted 43 Lululemon items, just to give you guys an idea of how many I have in my closet. That's including sold, so that's 43 total. And out of the 43, I've sold 37 of them. So that is why I have such a high percentage, an 86% sell-through rate with this brand, and I just feel like it's a brand that's very well known. It has a high retail value. Not all the pieces are created equal, but regardless, it is a brand that brings traffic and attention to my closet, so I will definitely always pick it up if I find it in good condition. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this information useful, and I hope that it inspires some of you who are also resellers to go into your closet and check some of your favorite bread and butter brands just to really get a good idea of how well those brands are truly performing in your closet. I think this is information that is definitely useful when you're going out sourcing, whether or not you want to continue to pick up, certain pieces by brands, and really just getting a good overall look at what items are performing the best in your closet. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up on your way out. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoy this type of content. Hit the little bell notification so you do get notified when I post new videos. And like always, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.